Alright everyone, so as with last week, this is what our deck looked like at the end of it. We had 3 Cyber Dragon, 3 Cyber Dragon Dry, 3 Cyber Dragon Core, 2 Proto Cyber Dragon, 2 Cyber Dragon Nashter, 2 Cyber Eltanin, 2 Cyber Phoenix, 3 the Light Hex Sealed Fusion, 2 Solar Wind Jammer, 3 Power Bond, 3 Limiter Removal, 3 Cyber Repair Plant, 1 Cyber Load Fusion, 3 Evolution Burst, 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, 2 Wabako, 3 Cyber Dragon Nova, 1 Cyber Dragon Infinity, 3 Cyber Twin Dragon, and 1 Cyber End Dragon. For this week, we're also doing something slightly different. We are removing a butt ton from our main deck. 2 Solar Wind Jammer, 2 Proto Cyber Dragons, 1 Cyber Dragon Dry, 1 the Light Hex Sealed Fusion, 1 Power Bond, and 1 Cyber Repair Plant. Reason we are doing this is because we're swapping some into our side deck, taking some from our side deck, adding to the main deck, as well as adding our 5 chosen cards into the main deck. None are getting added into the extra deck, and here are those choices. First, the ones we're adding from the side deck. 3 Reflect Bounders are going to be swapping some of those cards out for these ones, and 2 Dimensional Prisons. 1, because all of these cards have been useful in the previous week's duels, so I want to see if they translate further into this week's duel. And then for our 5 additional choices that we are actually using our budget for this week, 3 Cyber Dragon Hers. The main reason is because of the spell card that we'll also be adding in will allow us to basically turbo out a Nova and Infinity, and hopefully that proves to be the case more often than not. And the spell for the remaining 2 cards that we're adding in, 2 Machine Duplications, which allows us to summon out an additional 2 monsters as long as they are the same name of a monster on the field that we simply control that has 500 or less attack. And again, because Hers and Core are both monsters that have that restriction on, we will be able to turbo out pretty darn quick. We'll obviously hopefully be adding a 3rd one of these in next week, as well as maybe an Infinity again. And that is everything that we are added in, removed, and swapped for this week. At the moment, it's not too many that are getting upgraded this week, as I'm still waiting for most of them to come in the mail, but we are upgrading our Cyber End Dragon to the Dark Alternate Art Cyber End Dragon, as well as upgrading the 2 Cyber Dragon Nashters up to their ultra rare forms. So that's all we are doing, and now let's get into the duels for this week, guys.
2 weeks later.
Alright, so week 3 here, we have 3 more duels. The first one will be against the Gimmick Puppets, the second against the Blue Eyes White Dragon again, and the third against the Crystal Beast, helmed by Sin Eater. Alright, so I summon out Core, throw down Machine Dupe, of course, to turbo out my Infinity. It's basically the best opening play I have at the moment. We'll let most of the things that the AI here is going to be doing just pop off, except for, I believe, when they tried this. Yep. I mean, they still have some plays, but at least that stopped them from really going off. That is the one downside to playing Core in attack position. It is easily walked over. However, I will be getting some things here. Getting Nashter to throw Cyber Dragon to special summon it in order to bring Cyber Dragon back. That gives us a second Nova, which will then give us a Cyber Dragon back, which is just awesome. So, I mean, that's OTK right there. Boom. Alright, match number 2, duel number 2. So duel number 2 against the Gimmick Puppets here. This one I do believe goes on a little longer, but we'll again summon out Core to get Cyber Repair Plant, Machine Dupe into the 2 Cyber Dragons to give us another Nova and Infinity. They have quite a lot in hand. Oddly enough, all their baby, I forget if that's actually what it's called. Yeah, it is Terror Baby. Their Link monster, again, just walks over Core, which is fine. That I don't mind at all, because then I can use Cyber Repair Plant. We'll just suck up their Link monster, and boom, clear the field. They don't do a whole lot, nothing like they could really do anyways. So we'll just clear and attack. This one's not really, you know, ooh la, you know, it's not really great, but it's consistent. The Gimmick Puppets can really pop off though when they're not hindered, and once they start getting off the getting out their XZ's monsters, it can sometimes be difficult if you're not ready for them. So that is the end of match 1. It was clear, decisive, especially that first duel. So now we're going against the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Can we beat him this week? I don't know. I mean, I do know, but let's see if we do. really have a bad hand, all I have is hers. So, however, once that goes into grave or even just stays on the field, that will give me Eleton becoming live. So if I need to use it, it will be helpful. But before I do, I should hopefully use Cyber Reaper Plant. Let's see if I do when it's my turn. Will I be smart? Yes, I am. Okay. Sometimes I'm not, and sometimes I forget to activate it before I get rid of anything that was in the graveyard, so. Alright, let's get an Infinity out. No, I guess I'm going End-Dragon. End-Dragon, yeah, that's right. 8,000 attack straight into the Relinquish Anima. OTK. Let's go into Duel 2. My hand, really not the best this time. However, at least I do have a Dimensional Prison, so hopefully, as long as it doesn't get destroyed, I will be able to, in fact, remove whatever is attacking me. Boom, clear the field for a moment. Whew, breathing room. Breathing room against the Blue Eyes is always good. Again, not a whole lot I can do, because I can't summon anything at the moment. Luckily, all they did was Anima, which is a 0 attack, so. Alright, we can at least get Nashter out, which will then allow us to do machine dupe into the Infinity. Well, let's destroy that back row first. And suck up my own Nashter, power myself up a little more. I did that because Relinquish is a 0 attack, so either way I was going to be doing the full damage. So I thought, eh. We are going to, like, negate a lot of effects during this one and the Crystal Beast match. Spoiler, by the way. My bad. Alright, let's get Reflect Bounder out just to get some more damage. Especially with me losing material like nothing off Infinity. And then if I absolutely need to, I can suck up either Nashter from hand once it hits the field, or Reflect Bounder for more materials, so. Because if the AI will not give me my material, I will make my own. Boom. And look at that, we finally beat the Blue Eyes, so we will have to find a new deck that becomes a pain in the butt. Alright, now we're getting into the Crystal Beast match against Sin Eater. This is his first week, so his is just the structure deck variant. There have been no additional changes, and Crystal Master is the biggest thorn in my butt. Like, yeah, I didn't realize what was going on this first duel here, but once I did, I just focused anytime that came out to clear it right away. Especially once I get Infinity out, because I do obviously get Infinity out here in a moment. But when I end up sucking my own monster up, it's because I didn't realize Crystal Beast, the Crystal Master actually protected the beast from being targeted. Which, you know, of course makes sense, because he's the master of Crystal Beasts, so. So we'll get Nashter out to pull out a Cyber Dragon, and I think, yeah, then dry. That way I don't have to use my Cyber Dragon necessarily. And that is exactly why I was like, wait, what happened? Because with EDO Pro, you can't backtrack what you're doing. So the moment you go into something like that, it's like, yeah, you have to pull in one. So I was like, dang it. Reflect Bounder it is. But then I looked at the field, I realized what was protecting them, so I got rid of it with Mystical Space Typhoon, which I top decked. However, Infinity can be outed with a certain trap card in his deck, and that's unfortunately something I did not realize right away either. However, we did win Duel 1, so let's go into Duel number 2 for the final match of this episode. The hand's not the best, but it is definitely not the worst. I played 2 down, obviously. I would have preferred in a way that he hit Mystical Space, but I'm happy that he didn't, because now I can pop Crystal Master. No protection from my targeting effects for the moment. We'll special summon, then summon Dry, go into Nova and Infinity, of course. We'll just suck up the Pegasus for this turn, do a fair amount of damage. And then and this is where I should have realized what the trap card did, because I just basically killed my own infinity. However, at least I also got rid of, well, his trap technically I think was what got rid of his Pegasus this turn. So at least it didn't leave me open for a direct attack yet. Elatan will get up to 2,000. I do have limiter removal in hand. Like, I could have almost killed him, but that's the reason I didn't play limiter removal, is because he would have left with 1,000 and obviously would have just been able to hit into me anyways. So we'll summon out Core, pull out Fusion, so then we can, you know, get a Fusion out, namely Cyber Twin. Now we will use limiter removal and just wipe them. Limiter removal is a godsend, as well as Eltanin when ever needed. I am actually looking forward to playing Sin Eater more in the future, especially as his deck evolves, because Crystal Beast honestly has a lot of potential and can easily beat me. I have beat my own deck using the structure deck Crystal Beast. My build was different than his, so that might have had something into play with that. However, thank you all for watching, and I am going to be getting out the next episode here very soon. And let's just quickly go through the deck here. Of course, I'll be covering over the side deck, as that is specific to members of the channel. I do have some amazing cards for next week. Hopefully I get to use them. I will give you a slight spoiler. Seeger is going to be one of them. And I ended up playing against Sin Eater's current deck with my week 4 deck. I may or may not keep that, depending if he is ready for more next week. If he isn't, then I'll keep that part of the video in, and if he is ready and has modified his own deck, I will be replaying him to see if his week 2 can beat my week 4. Thank you for everyone who's made it this far, and if you did, hashtag Sidras for life in the comments. Alright, thanks guys. Later.